In March 1998, 23-year-old Amy Lynn Bradley vanished without a trace from a Royal Caribbean cruise in Curacao. Despite multiple sightings over the years and suspicions of trafficking, she has never been found. Her case remains one of the most haunting disappearances of a person at sea that we know of. Welcome to The Search. Let's talk about it. Today, we are covering the disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley. My name is Marc Lewis. This is Al, aka Relax Gaetano. Producer Pat is in the back. Intern Jack is also in the back. And you guys know how we do this on this podcast. We're unsolved only. This is another one where you're like, how?
Yes.
Like, how?
There's thousands of people on a not a small ship.
But it's a cruise ship.
But
it's not like
it's contained.
Yeah. It's not like this is a pontoon boat, but like...
The thing is, it's contained. You know what I mean?
Like there's nowhere to go.
Yes. Literally.
Nowhere.
Yes.
Nowhere to go, right? Get into some background. You guys know how we do this chronologically. We give you timestamps, blah, blah, blah. Some background on Amy. She was born May 12, 1974. She's from Petersburg, Virginia, the DMV area. She was a recent college grad at the time, traveling with her family. The cruise was actually a graduation gift before starting her new job in the adult world, real world, corporate, whatever she was doing.
Should be a fun time.
And described as athletic, cautious, and close with her family.
Yep.
Right? So
that's what it seemed like. Star basketball player.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that was in college. I don't know if that was in high school, whatever it was for her. Let's cut to the day before the disappearance. Okay? So this is March 23rd, 1998. This is a early spring cruise, right? Her family was enjoying a day on the ship. It was the Rhapsody of the Seas, right? Was the name of the ship?
How do they just come up with the names of the cruise ships?
I never understood that really.
Yeah.
Why does it need a name?
I know,
Everything
right?
need a name. It's a Royal Caribbean cruise. Why do you need a name?
I guess because they're naming the different ships. Like you can go on the Majestic or what's it called?
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Like every boat has a name, right?
Yeah, the fucking Dixie Normus,
yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I went with that. Yeah, the Stugatz, the not guilty, spelt
Rhapsody of the Seas, though.
Yeah, right. Not spelt N-A-U-T, for seafaring purposes. So they're enjoying the day on the ship, the Rhapsody of the Sea again. And Amy, is she's dancing with the band. She's having a good time doing cruise activities. And she was seen by multiple passengers, including the staff of the ship.
Yeah, so the whole family, they're basically partying at the pool party. So they have a pool party. If anyone's ever been on a cruise, I never have.
Neither have I. I'm not a cruise guy.
I'm not a seas guy. On the sea. I think I get a little
seasick.
What
my dad always described it as to me? He's like, I don't like feeling like I'm a hostage.
That's what it seems like. It really does, like you're trapped.
So you
got 12 hours between docks or whatever, 24 hours. I don't know. Have you ever been on a cruise, Pat?
Never been on one.
None of us have ever been on a cruise.
No interest in it.
Same.
Me neither. I have no interest in it as well.
It's just ingrained in me from my father being like, I just feel like a hostage, like I'm trapped, and I don't like feeling like that, like in the ocean.
Yeah, it's just all you can do is drink and eat. That's basically the entire thing. My father-in-law went on a cruise once. He went 14 days, Mediterranean cruise. He came back with pre-diabetes, high blood pressure. He just had a diet for 2 weeks.
Even imagine.
Just drinking your face off for 14 days.
And then, by the way, if one person gets a fucking cold...
Remember Corona? Remember when coronavirus hit and the people were stranded out there?
There's people in their fucking rooms. They can't go out.
God forbid the norovirus hits. Everybody's
You hear about that. Everybody's just shitting all over the boat.
Imagine,
sewage
I would love to interview a crew member of a boat during a norovirus outbreak. It has to happen.
Isn't there a documentary about one on Netflix right now, literally called the Poop Cruise?
No.
I'm telling you right now, I swear to God, look it up. Every time I turn on Netflix, I swear to Christ, I see the little fucking square poster, and it was about everybody getting fucking a stomach virus on a cruise, and everybody's just shitting.
I think I've seen it.
Producer Pat has it right here.
It refers to the 2013 Carnival Triumph cruise disaster. What happened, the cruise ship suffered an engine room fire while on the Gulf Coast, knocked out all the power, leaving the ship stranded without power, lost the functionality for toilets and running water.
Oh, so that was just.
Oh, so nobody
overflowing.
was like sick and
So it
like
wasn't a
shitting
norovirus
themselves with
situation.
norovirus and stuff or whatever.
The boat just could not handle what was.
I
so
honestly-
so the sewage system. What? That's just as bad.
Yeah. No, that's
Okay.
just as bad. That's what I mean. That's why you can't be in a cruise.
No.
Like if you were on land, you just go to a different hotel. You walk across the street.
100%. Just
You're
leave.
stuck.
You're stuck.
Yeah.
You're a petri dish, which I fucking hate.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
Right?
either.
I'm all set.
Yeah.
The morning of the disappearance, we're going to cut to March 24th, 1998.
Do you mind if I get into a little bit of
Absolutely.
the day before?
This is what.
So they're partying at the pool party. We're getting a little timeline of the day before, like what she was doing. I think it's kind of important to some of the people that she might meet. And so she's partying at the pool party with the entire family. So the parents are there. Mother's Iva, father's Ron, the son's Brad. So Brad Bradley, just an all-time name.
She, the mother's name's Iva.
Iva.
It's a different one. Okay.
Brad Bradley's a crazy name in general. Like
Oh, his name is
Brad Bradley, the brother. Yeah, they look exactly the same too. But they were like, you could just tell that they're like a close knit family. They do everything together. You know, having a good time. We're gonna go up to the disco, they call it, right? So it's like the
Yeah, right.
and
It's probably a band playing. And
Every
fucking,
cruise has it. It's like a club.
Yep,
So picture
absolutely.
a club. It's got 2 floors to the club. So the top floor can overlook the bottom floor.
Mm-hmm.
Top floor where the DJ is. So they go there. The brother, and she's dancing through the thing. There's actually some video of her dancing that they find later on that someone was actually videotaping for like a conference meeting, and they actually find her on it. This is months later, years later. They find this video.
She's in the background, just busting a move.
She's dancing with somebody. Right?
Okay.
It'll come up.
Yep.
So about 3:30, she was actually at the top balcony at the DJ booth with the members of the Blue Orchid band who were playing at the pool party. Specifically dancing with this bass player. His name is Alistair. Hold on, let me get it right. Alistair Douglas.
Already a villain
Alistair
name.
Douglas,
Already a
yeah.
villain name. Anything?
Yeah.
I think Alistair Crowley.
His
It's like-
nickname is Yellow because he dyes his hair yellow. So we'll get into him a little bit later too. But she's seen with him at 3:30. When he leaves, he waves to her and says, "I'm out of here. I'm leaving." She waves back to say like,
Got
"I'll
you.
see you." 5 minutes later, though, he gets back to the room. 5 minutes later, she walks in the room, and her key card. You know, they can track the key card's entries, but they can't track when you leave a room. So know that throughout the thing that when you put it in, it tracks that okay, your card was used to enter a room. So they see that she enters the room 5 minutes after
His
the
room.
brother. Their room. They're all in the same room together. It's
Oh,
like a
you
suite.
mean the family's room? Oh,
The
I thought you
family's
meant
room.
like she left and like met him in the room.
No.
I was like, oh, here we
She's
go.
back in the room with Brad Bradley, her
Okay.
brother, okay, and the parents. They finish their drinks. She says she's feeling a little hot, so she sits on the balcony. He goes to bed. So everything's fine. She's on the balcony. She could be smoking a cigarette. She's sitting in a chair when he goes to bed. Now you can get to that next point where the morning happens.
Got you. 5:15 a.m. March 24th, 1998. Her father, Ron, sees Amy sitting on the balcony. She says she'll come in soon. 6 a.m., she is gone.
Yeah, so he wakes up 5:15, 5:30 range. He can't give an exact time, but it's somewhere in that range. He wakes up, sees her, and sees that she's sitting in the chair. So she is there at that time. 6 o'clock when he wakes back up, because he's probably like half asleep. She's gone. Yeah,
And her cigarettes and lighter are still left on the balcony.
correct.
So this calls me back to the Molly Bish case, where everything is like the lifeguard bag was still there, the kit, whatever it was, still there.
Yep.
Her cigarettes and lighter are still left on the balcony. Now we jump to 6.
Well, yeah, so and the door's open to the balcony, so it's like she did either come off the balcony. The door was closed, but then it was open at 6 in the morning. So you'd assume that she either came off, like came back into the room. You would assume that's how she left.
Right.
Why would the door be open? I don't know. So
Okay.
because it was closed, and then it was open.
Okay.
And the shirt from the night before was on the couch. So he just assumed, okay, she changed. She wasn't in the apartment. So he's probably thinking, oh, she's at maybe getting a coffee upstairs or something like that.
Okay. Between 6:15 and 6:30 a.m., the ship docks in Curacao. By 7 a.m., the family is panicking. Amy is not in the room, nor is she on deck.
Yeah. So he goes and actually looks for her. He's the
Right.
one that looks for her. He goes upstairs and, okay, she's not in the dining hall or wherever you go to get coffee. He does like a little quick thing, goes back to the room to see if she's back there. She's not there. Now he tells his wife like she's missing.
8 a.m. They delay making an announcement that she is gone to avoid quote-unquote disturbing guests.
Yes. So they go to the cruise director or like the head of the cruise pretty much.
Or the fucking captain of the ship.
I don't know if it's the captain.
Yeah, like,
I'm not sure exactly who it is. And it's like, please, can you make an announcement? This is like at 7 o'clock.
Like, has anybody else seen her?
Yes. Like, please, can you just have Amy Lynn Bradley come to the desk? You know,
Your family's looking for you or something.
Your family's looking for you.
Yeah,
like,
whatever.
Like you hear it anytime you go to like Kennedy Lake or anything like that. A kid gets missing. Usually they'll call. Okay, can Joey something or another come to the desk? They say no because it's too early. We're not going to wake up 2,000 guests.
And they apparently started the search
right. So
after like half the ship is already off. The people are already off the ship.
So here's the point. So they go to the thing. They go, listen. You know, you're not going to make the announcement. Do not put down the things. Don't let anyone off this ship. Like, you're in Curacao now. Don't put the things out. Don't let the people get off.
I was going to say, you got to, like, contain the ship and be like, we got to get off this ship.
So they were trying to push that, and they were like, listen, we can't stop 2,000 people from going. She's probably just with somebody who's in a different room, something like that. They open the stuff. They're like, we can't stop everyone.
Oh, my fucking God. Are you kidding me? How do you not? Dude, you have it.
So the family's rightfully panicking at this point.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Everyone's off, so now their mind's probably racing. Like, they just want to, like, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the crew
right?
does start searching. So they start searching the boat. There's 800 to 900 people that search. They actually have...
Holy shit, how many
they
people
have
are
a
on the
process.
boat? Well, how many people are on the boat, Pat? Do we have a number of people on the boat at the time right now? Does anybody have that on?
But it seemed like the crew was 800 people. That's insane.
I mean, if the crew's 800 people,
so
how
they
many,
have this. They have
what does that scale to crew member per cruise guest?
Maybe 3.
One for every 3 guests. Like, what do we got? Like, if we whenever
that's a
we
good
get
question.
that, well, no, whenever we get that, chime in with that, Pat or
It's around
Jack.
2,000 people.
2,000 people on this boat.
Around 700, 750 crew members, roughly 2,800.
Roughly one person for every 4 people.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, no, you're talking about total people on the boat.
Total people,
I'm
27 to 2,800.
So one person for every 3 guests in theory, right? I guess you could say like...
Just about.
Just about.
It's a lot.
Okay, whatever.
So they have this process. Basically, they know how to search. They usually do this for like bombs. They have this like system that they do to check for like bombs or anything like that.
Like a protocol that they do
protocol.
to like run.
But
yeah, right.
They do it in like 45 minutes to an hour. They check every single closet. The crew has to check their own stuff, so they check the entire boat.
If there's a bomb, what's the point of check? What if it just blows up when somebody fucking opens the thing?
I guess it's like just something that they do. They have a way to search.
I'm not trying to sound like
yeah.
an ass. Pat's dying laughing. What if the thing just blows up if there's a fucking...
It's like,
doesn't matter if you're looking for it.
I think it's,
just get off the fucking boat.
I think it's in here.
Poof, yeah, like what?
Yeah. No,
whatever, anyway. I'm sorry. Whatever, anyway. This is supposed to be a serious podcast.
Basically, 800 to 900 people search, 45 minutes, they don't find anything on the boat. Nothing at all.
In Italian, we say lugats.
Yes.
You found nothing.
You found
okay.
nothing.
Now the initial investigation begins with the Royal Caribbean response. The cruise line immediately downplays urgency. The family urges them, again, as Al said, to lock the ship down. They are denied. A cab driver, stop me if I'm going too far in the timeline, later claimed a woman matching Amy's description approached him in panic.
Yes. So basically what happens is like 3 weeks after the disappearance, the family ends up flying out. They fly back home.
We're definitely not getting back on the fucking ship.
Yes. So like St. Thomas, so they go to another island. They end up flying out there. It's a couple days later. They fly back because they're like, I don't know why they'd fly back. Like the brother seems like he didn't want to fly back.
I would have not left that island until I found something.
So, but the thing was, is everything was in Curacao. Now they're in St. Thomas. So they're like, what's the point? We know she didn't get this far. So they just fly home to like kind of set up like a man station, like phones, hotlines,
I guess.
all that stuff.
Yeah, this is
So the wife, I mean, the mother stays back. Iva stays back. She's manning hotlines because they set up hotlines. The father comes back with the brother, and they start doing like press conferences in Curacao.
okay.
And there's this taxi driver. His name's Deshi. He pulls aside the father and basically tells him, "Listen, I saw her." Like the same day, she came off the thing and she seemed like she was panicking. He saw her, she looked frantic, and she was asking for a phone. So he pointed her to payphones and he said, "You know, go. The payphones are over there, pretty much." And she walked in the complete opposite direction. So he don't know if something spooked her or what, but she walked completely in the opposite direction of where the payphones were.
Okay.
He goes on to say, check certain parts of the island. There's a lot of mafia-controlled, gang-controlled parts of the island that have like landing strips and boat docks for like drug trade,
Ports,
sex trafficking. Yes.
Okay.
So, but to me they look like almost cliffs. Like think of like one part of an island that there's a cliff and there's like a place where you can just throw a boat off. It's not like an actual dock. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So picture like thinking we're in a third world country. Curaçao's a third world country.
Yeah.
Think of like shacks and stuff in a little part of the island that like gangs are running and they could do their runs. There's like little landing strips where like planes could run, small little planes.
Little like pond hopper planes and shit.
Yes.
We're not talking about like Lear jets
where
pulling in.
Delshie's saying this, that he thinks that this is where like the drug trade happens and sex trafficking happens. He goes check there.
Okay.
So that's pretty much that cab driver. That's what's said after. We can go back to that in a little bit, but
I mean, good advice, but at the same time, what is he expecting to happen there? The father walks up and goes, "Hey, do you have my daughter here for sex trafficking purposes?" And the guy is supposed to be like, "Yeah, she's in the back."
Well, we can go into it a little bit. Basically, he brings the chief of police. He goes to the chief of police with this information. The chief of police is like, "You can't go there alone. You'll get killed," pretty much.
Right.
I'll come and accompany you because whatever. So they go and accompany, and they start searching some of the shanties, the shacks.
Is this when the RCMP? Does that stand for like?
No, this is
Royal
this is
Curacao. Okay, so is that the Royal? I'm assuming that's the Royal Curacao
I think that's the military police.
Military Police. Is that what that is? Yeah, the feds and local law enforcement.
Yeah, so they actually search the water. They search the water. They have a grid. They say, like, this is the point where it would happen. If this is the time when you were here, the boat was here.
They had to have, like, what, the latitude and longitude?
They
of, like,
said
where
this
the
is
thing
where
was.
a body would wash ashore. Like, they
Yeah.
had all this grid. Like, they knew the current. They know where it's going to go. It should be around this coastline.
Mm-hmm.
They searched all that. So Curacao did do that, and they didn't find anything.
Okay. Now we have, if there's anything between this, let me know, but we are jumping to alleged sightings and theories.
Well, yeah, we can get into a little bit before that. But so basically
Sure.
the boat leaves Curacao 5, 6 o'clock. So now they're off they're leaving the island. The
Yep.
FBI gets involved out of St. Thomas. This is when they're going to St. Thomas, and they actually get on the boat.
Okay.
They start to search the room. Here's the problem. People cleaned the room. The room got cleaned, completely cleaned by they think it was by staff. Staff just went on a thing. They never preserved the crime scene, so they couldn't find any DNA evidence, any information of anything inside the room because it was cleaned. So it was completely cleaned and stuff was moved. You know, like
But like in theory,
table on the
like,
balcony was
so
moved.
this is why like this had to be some kind of like this is leading me to believe this had to be obviously some kind of inside job with some crew members on this ship, because it's like, dude, the people are coming back on the boat.
Yes.
You're gonna tell me you can't just tell the crew, hey, just don't touch this one fucking room.
Don't
There's
touch
a
this
girl
room.
missing from the room.
Yeah.
Don't touch the room.
This is why they're looking at the house band, which was that Blue Orchid band, is who they're looking at, because she was with
Okay.
her the night before. Obviously knew the boat well.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the theories, that this Blue Orchid band, which we can get into.
I didn't know that like that was I didn't know that that was a theory. Okay.
Oh, that's
Interesting.
a theory.
That's a big one.
That's a huge
okay.
one. Yes.
Am I good to go to the next time?
You are good to go to the next
Okay.
one.
So the initial investigation and the Royal Caribbean. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Alleged sightings and theories. I apologize. Multiple post-disappearance sightings in Curacao, Barbados, and brothels.
Yes.
So any type of like trafficking thing is absolutely clearly in play here.
Correct.
Unfortunately so. A Navy sailor claims that he saw Amy in 1999 in a Caribbean brothel. Again, I don't know what island it's on. It doesn't say here. I don't know if is that documented anywhere?
Yes. So that is this Barbados? This could be Barbados. Okay, I'm not sure if it's Barbados or Curacao. In January 10, 1999, the Navy guy goes to the brothel. He sits down with this sex worker,
Okay.
and she says that she's actually Amy Bradley.
Is this when it was like, was she going by Jazz? Like
Yes.
Jazz at the
No.
Oh, it's a different guy.
Jazz, yeah, Jazz.
Sorry, a different person. Okay,
She
okay.
says she's Amy Bradley, and they are holding her against her will. He never reported it because he was in the military and was scared that he was going to get in trouble. So he didn't report it at the time of. He reports it later on.
Oh my God! What like?
Because in his head, he's like, okay, I'm in the military. I got 2 years to retirement. I'm gonna get in trouble. I could lose my whole pension.
What a fucking...
I don't want to be like, oh, I'm in a brothel getting hookers. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
So
What the fuck? It's like all of these cases have the same thing. This like wild sense of inconvenient timing.
right.
Like that is like the recurring theme on every one of these cases. Is this like bizarre pattern of inconvenient timing? It's like it's wild. So now we go to a woman named Jas reportedly resembled Amy. Is this another sex worker or somebody that?
Let's go back to this one's a little bit. This sighting's a little bit sooner. So it's in August of 1998. It's about 5 months later.
Okay.
So 5 or 6 months later, this dude, David Carmichael's his name. He was a diver. He goes to Port Marie, Curacao, and is diving in the thing. He comes up now. He's cleaning off his gear. He's cleaning off his gear. He just got out of the water. Apparently that's something you do. I don't know anything about diving. And while he's getting his gear cleaned, he sees 3 people walking towards him, 2 men and a woman. They're kind of like either interlocked arms. They're walking with each other. The woman's between the 2 guys. And
Kind of looking like she's being almost escorted somewhere.
yes. And he's looking at her, and he sees her, and then he sees the same tattoo that Amy has on his back. She has a little Tasmanian devil with a basketball. So he sees the tattoo, and the only reason why I remembered it is because the dude starts staring at him in the face. And he's like, just stares at him, doesn't say a word.
By the way, presumably she's wearing like an open back dress. Something like
I would assume, I assume,
or like a sundress or something.
I assume she
covering
was in a bathing
suit or
suit.
something.
Yeah, I would assume
okay,
she's in
right,
a bathing
right,
suit
okay.
because they're at the beach. And she walks right up to him, and he's like, the only reason why I remember is the guy just stared at me, and then took her and like just turned around. So, but he was just like, the way he stared at me was weird. So now there was pictures going around at this time, like a little bit later. So he calls it in. It was this guy we talked about. The Blue Orchid bass player was named Alistair Douglas, right? So let's get into him a little bit. He's the bass player. He's seen dancing with Amy at the club that night.
Sure.
He's actually on the video that I told you about that they were filming. He's on that video dancing with her too. Now she doesn't even look like she's giving him really like they're dancing, but they're not like on each other. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so she's like
They're
dancing in his
separated-
vicinity,
yes.
but she's not.
They look
all
like
up.
2 friends dancing. to
Okay,
each
so
other.
she's not all up on him. Like, oh,
Right.
these people are probably going home
The
together or
parents
something.
said though that like he was taking an interest in her. A lot of the people like the waiters all took interest in her. Now they said she had a very personal personality, but a lot of people were paying attention to her. Like they were talking like a lot to her. Like, oh, where's Amy? When she walked to go get dinner, they'd be like, oh, where's your daughter? Where's Amy? They'd be asking for her, which she thought was a little weird now thinking about it a couple days into a cruise.
Because clearly they're just
people
like,
knew her by name, you know?
Right, and then it's like you clearly are like, you have to think that looking back in hindsight, these people like trying to keep tabs on her location at all times and kind of track her movements.
Right.
And
So
be like,
now-
oh, she's here now, or whatever, right?
On the night of, now we'll get into this dude, Alistair Douglas. So on the night of, where's his whereabouts? Okay, his key card does get entered like around 3:35, almost the same exact time. Amy gets into her room, he goes into his room. But again, remember, when they leave, there's no tracking.
That still makes no sense to
Yeah,
me.
so they both left the club at the same time. They both got into their respective rooms at the same time.
That's probably why. The reason that is though probably is because like you don't have to like put a key card in to like leave a room.
Right.
You just have to like turn the door.
So there's no way. And
like electrical signal that
and
says
at this
like,
point, there was only cameras in certain parts of the boat.
again, 1998.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he's actually seen on the night of by a witness called Lori Rennick in a glass elevator. So she's on the deck. She could see on a glass elevator between 5 and 6, Alistair Douglas and Amy going up the elevator. He sees them get off the elevator. So going up on the top of the shift on the glass elevator, go out. Lori Rennick, she's with her friend. 10 to 15 minutes later, so once she saw them, she sees Alistair Douglas walk by him, and Alistair Douglas has been like described as a flirt, like flirted with all the girls, and he even admits that he's a flirt. Like he just flirts with everybody.
I mean, he's the bass player on the band.
Yeah, so he's just
all
like, that's what
girls
I do
there.
type
He's probably like, taking girls back to the room and whatever. Right.
And he's talked to them multiple times on this flight, this cruise, this girl, Lori Rennick. He just like walks by her all like gruff, doesn't say a word to them, and she thought that was odd. Like, he didn't even say hi to us. He's been on us all week. So he walked by like hastily, they say. Never acknowledged them. So we do have a witness that places them between 5 and 6, which would make sense in the timeline. She left the room sometime between 5:15 and 6 o'clock in a glass elevator on a different part of the boat, and then him walking alone to another part of the boat.
Okay.
So that's Alistair Douglas, and it keeps
That's
going.
where we place him in the timeline.
That's him placing the timeline and us talking about like what he has to do with. Now David Carmichael sees a picture of Alistair Douglas and is like, yes, that was him on the beach. He was the one staring at me with Amy and the other guy looking at us. So David Carmichael, that diver, says, I saw Alistair Douglas and Amy on a beach 5 months later in Curacao. So in that same, where he lives, in that same where she disappeared, on the beach. So couple that with the taxi driver saying she was off the boat. So she did get off the boat and she was walking around, and then she looked frantic. Now 6 months later they see her on the beach.
Which leads to the next part. The family hires private investigators, and they appeared on Dr. Phil. This is how long ago this was. Montel Williams. For anybody anybody under the age of like 28 has no clue who that is. And America's Most Wanted, right?
Yes.
Let me know if there's anything between this, but now we're going to the possible trafficking / cover-up part of this story. Obviously, there's a strong possibility of a human trafficking network involved here. There's questions arising about Royal Caribbean's conduct, and the lack of video evidence from the ship is brought into question.
Yeah, like how could there not be some sighting of something somewhere, especially this person's in an elevator, you know, and I saw a clip from the Netflix documentary. There is a Netflix documentary on this. It seemed like he almost seemed like the MC of the thing. Like he was like on the mic all the time, getting the people fired up and all this stuff. And he seems like a fucking dickhead, for lack of a better word. It's just like as cold as you can be. Like he was just like, no, nothing happened. Like we got 2,000 other guests. Like it did seem like they weren't working with the family that well, and maybe they were hiding something. Is what people are feeling, that there's no video evidence. It didn't seem like it seemed like they almost wanted that thing docked and to open those doors. Like what would it have been for that to wait 45 minutes to open those doors and just do your search then? Like what what is 45 minutes at 6:15 in the morning? They're there at 6:15, 6:30.
Like literally nothing.
All they cared about was like letting people sleep in a type of way.
Holy shit, yeah. And meanwhile, anybody with like a normal conscience is like, oh, they're looking for a missing girl. All right, like, oh, we got held up 45 minutes getting off the boat at the dock. Like, whoop-de-fucking-do.
Yeah, so 7 years later, okay,
Yeah.
we're getting to 7 years later. I think I'll go back to, there's a passenger that was actually, well, let's go to the passenger first.
Yeah, go through
I'll go
whatever
back
you
to,
need
so
to
there's
go
a
through.
passenger that actually was on the boat was in the room next to the Bradleys.
Okay.
And the mother always felt like he was odd. His name was Wayne Brettag. And
A lot of weird names in this story.
Yeah.
A lot of guys you can't trust.
I know.
You get an Alistair, Wayne.
Alice is crazy.
I told you what I say. I said it from the beginning. I go, anybody Alistair, I'm not fucking with it. Continue.
Yeah. So he was a passenger in the room next door.
Okay.
And it seemed like he had an interest in Amy. He would always talk to her and would talk balcony to balcony to her. So he'd be like in her, like they were obviously conjoined balconies, like any hotel room or any cruise ship. And he'd be like leaning over, talking to her, and would just talk to her, and none of the rest of the real family. And like would be asking questions about the mother, like, oh, is Amy in, and all this stuff. So he was paying very close attention to Amy. He did say that he was at the disco that night. So he was at the disco in the midst of seeing Amy at the disco at like 2 o'clock. But then he says he goes back to bed. Neighbors remember his TV being really loud once they announced the disappearance. Like once she disappeared, his TV was so loud in the morning, and they don't remember it being that in the nighttime. But in the morning, for some reason, it was super loud, and the radio was really that people like 3 or 4 rooms next to him were like, what the fuck's going on in that room? Like, it's just like the loudest it could possibly be. So he jacked the TV up. However, they did search the room, and there was no evidence of her in the room or ever in the room. But again, his room was cleaned several times.
Yeah,
in
that's
between
like,
the search, once the FBI agents come in from St. Thomas, it's a couple days, couple cleanings, you know. So he's one that you can't overlook. Did he take her from over the balcony, you know what I mean, to his room?
You got to think, did somebody pull up in like a lifeboat and they
True.
like lowered her off the side of the boat?
I
Because
mean-
then like the actual extraction off the boat is a whole nother part of the story where it's like, how do you get off this boat
Right.
and not have anybody see you?
Right. So you either walk out the front door because the front doors are open onto Curacao.
Yeah, like like you walk off the pier
You
or whatever
walk
it is,
off,
the dock,
or however
whatever it
you
is.
get her off.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm going to kill your entire family if you don't come with me. Some girl might be like, yeah, I love my family. I don't want that to happen, and then just
Right.
go. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
mean, that's what they do. That's what sex trafficking does. If it is sex trafficking, that's what they'll do. They'll threaten your family's life, and you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just go, and it seems like,
Right.
oh, yeah, she's under control, but she's walking freely.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that she jammed in a suitcase. Some people theorize that she was put in a suitcase and rolled off. Okay.
Oh.
They actually find Alistair with a suitcase later on, in the daughter finds.
How big of a suitcase do you need to have to put a fucking
She's
grown
5'6", I don't know how much she weighs, but I think she's like the 120 to 150 range.
Yeah, but
5'6"
even
isn't
still-
a small girl.
No, it's
Like height-wise.
no, like that's like a little bit. I would say even kind of like a little taller for a girl, maybe. Not taller,
Well,
but like
I guess the girls in our area. Like,
no. But I'm
you
saying
know.
like no. But I'm saying like you're not a shrimp.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I would
Like-
say it's an above average height for a woman. If
would say.
the average height for a man's like 5'9", 5'10",
Right.
so it has to be an above average. What's the average height of a woman?
I think it's 5'7". No, because Kim, my stepmother Kim's tall. She's 5'7".
5'6" is like slightly above average for a woman.
Yeah.
Right. I'd say it's like 5'5", 5'4", maybe
Yeah,
something like that,
5'3".
right? Okay.
5'4" is the average.
5'4".
Got you, 5'4", okay.
So she's slightly above average. I mean, she's not like really tall, but so could she fit in a suitcase? I have no clue if that's possible. But the thing that doesn't lead to the credence of that is that we have a taxi driver that says that he saw them when the ship was basically offloading. The taxi driver was there and saw her. So
But she was alone.
she was alone, but she looked frantic, like she almost got away. Like maybe she got away in the mess of people, and then she tried to go to a payphone, but she went to the opposite way. Like, so maybe she sees her kidnappers if she's kidnapped.
This
So
is
she
so
does get off
fucking
the
weird,
boat. So
dude.
that takes away, if you trust that taxi driver, that takes away the fact
That there was some like hidden
that
extraction
because some people
or
try to
something?
say, oh, she killed herself. She jumped over the wall. She jumped over the side. Now it's a pretty high. The balconies were pretty high. I mean, of course she probably could. There's a table there. Does she jump on the table? Does she jump off? There's a chair. She could jump off, but it's very high, so there's no way she fell off.
Right.
She had to either purposely jump off or get thrown off. But again, they searched the stuff, and I don't care how strong of a swimmer you are. I don't think if you jump off a cruise ship, you're gonna make it to land and be completely unscathed.
Right.
30 minutes out. I don't know. That seems far-fetched to
You'd be-
jump
one,
off.
you'd be soaking wet.
Yeah, but I mean,
Right?
you could dry, obviously. But I
Well-
mean, just in general, like that seems like a crazy swim in open sea.
Yeah, no. It had to be they like ushered her off the boat.
Yeah,
when
I don't think she-
They
well,
had her somewhere and got her off the boat when everybody let out and
I
nobody
guess my
noticed.
only point there is I don't think she went over the edge.
No,
That's
I
my
didn't need because my initial thought was like, oh, did they like sneak her off over the side of like a lower deck on like a lifeboat or a thing and like scuddy away like around the boat?
Right.
I don't know.
I
That
think
would be like
that-
a full extraction.
I think that lowered off the boat over the edge could fall into the same category as potentially someone taking her through like a crew only section.
Right.
You know, just
Fair.
doing something.
Maybe
not,
some kind of
not
like
walking
trash
through the front
exit
door.
or like a freight entrance or something like that in the bottom of the boat where they load in like food or something or
if this is really what happened, which we don't know, but like these people that do this are monsters, and they're
Yeah.
not stupid. I mean,
Yes.
they're stupid,
you-
but they're not. They know
presumably
what
you'd
they're
assume-
doing, which is
You'd assume
sick,
they've done it
but-
before.
Yes.
oh, they've probably done this 1,000 times
Yeah.
with fucking in different locations too, not just cruise ships.
So going back to like how like the Bradleys felt like there was a crazy amount of tension on Amy the entire, like we said, waiters were coming up to her. The band was obviously like, you know, a lot of people were paying attention and asking about her whereabouts before she disappeared, like where is she, all that stuff. They had a, you know, like when you go on like the log fume ride, they take a picture of you. Well, they had something similar to that, where like you take a picture, maybe like, you know, your family's walking in, they take a picture of you, and then the photos are up.
Yeah, like they used to have it like the Jurassic Park ride when the fucking T-Rex, and you're like, everybody's, oh shit, in the fucking,
Ivor at some point goes in to get her pictures, and the only pictures that aren't there are the ones of Amy Bradley. So Amy Bradley's pictures are mysteriously gone, and they know that their family didn't purchase the pictures. No one purchased the pictures, and they just thought that was weird at the moment. But looking back on it, they're like, well, why were the pictures gone? Who took those pictures? Like, who purchased those pictures? It was like a log that someone purchased the pictures. Like, took those pictures off the thing. So 7 years later, so now we're talking later, we're going to get into this jazz thing, is there's photos that are emailed to the family. So there's 2 to 3 photos, and it's this prostitute. It's this prostitute.
This is 2005.
Yeah, it must
right?
be 2005, 7 years later.
Okay.
It's from a prostitution website in the islands. So, like, people would go on this thing, almost like a back page. Like, you know, like the back page where, like, they had this for the, it was basically for, like, rich guys, they say, would go on at this site and it'd be pictures of all these girls, and you got to pick the girl you wanted to spend the night with type thing. The person on this website was named Jazz. Had, like, 2 or 3 different pictures. He'll put up one of the pictures that are not as risque. And it looks exactly like an older version of Amy Bradley. Looks exactly like it. Have you seen the photo?
I believe I put it in
the side-by-side photo?
I think I put it in the thing. Is it the one of her, like, leaning back?
She kind of has
like
long hair.
But, like, is she, like, leaning back on, like, what looks like a couch or something?
That's one of the non-risky ones. And then some there's, like, she's bent over in a position. She's naked.
Okay.
And so they did some looking into it, investigators, and the FBI actually looked at it, and the FBI analysts said that basically all the features matched up. The eyes matched up, the chin matched up, the facial structure, the whole thing, that things that don't change, like ears, certain dimples, the way the face was, and they said that it's pretty much a match for Amy Bradley. So there's this girl called Jazz on this prostitution website 7 years later, and she's clearly older. And it's a facial match by an FBI analyst that says that this is probably the same person. Now, they can't say that conclusively 100%. They say it's more probable than not, pretty much.
Right.
Like the Deflategate.
Gate guy, Ted Wells thing,
That it's Amy Bradley. So this is 7 years later on a prostitution website.
Who sent the email?
They don't know. They don't know. Because they can't find server date from a different country or something like that. Something with the servers, a different country that I think it was sent from.
So is this this had to be some fucking, like, vigilant person that wanted to remain anonymous.
Well, what I'm thinking that because she was on Most Wanted, because she was on Montley, she was on all these shows, the family did a great job of getting her face, name, everything. They were on every single, like, thing they could be on. Her face got out there, and people started recognizing her. There's a girl in Barbados in the bathroom. She recognizes her, too. So they recognize this girl's face from those media appearances from the parents. So I think that maybe this guy was on there and was like, holy shit, I just saw Most Wanted last week or whatever.
That's the same fucking girl.
That's the same fucking girl.
Or it's got to be the same
and
fucking
then he's
girl.
Like, probably doesn't want to come out like, okay, I've been,
looking for hookers on fucking,
So I'll just email the hotline. That seems like a normal, plausible
Yeah,
thing.
that does. I could see that.
Like just a good guy being like, oh, I didn't think that this is what was happening.
Yeah,
you know
right,
what I mean?
exactly, right. Maybe he thought it was like local girls and that was like a common thing that they do on that island. It's a cultural thing, who the fuck knows. What's the next big sighting from somewhere? So like you said, this has to be the most continuous pictures of a missing person that's ever existed.
It's honestly insane, and I got these crazy notes because it's just like I all writ the notes. There's a girl in Barbados, right? She's in a bathroom in Barbados, and she's just going to the bathroom. She's with her husband, and she's in the stall, and she hears some noise. And the guy walks in, and she hears a woman walk in, and there's a guy in the bathroom. She's like, why is there a fucking guy in the bathroom? By the time she gets out, the guy's not there. So she's looking at the girl, and she has like the same features as Amy, the long hair. She seems frantic and everything. She hears them talking about, before she came out of the bathroom, she hears them talking like, can I see the children? All this stuff, like, can I see the children? The guy's like, yeah, you can see the children if you do what you're supposed to do. They're talking about meeting up with a person or meeting up with a guy. She doesn't know the exact phrasing of it. And so this girl, who looks like Amy Bradley, is standing at the mirror and kind of just walks. She's like, are you okay? She basically is talking to her. And she just walks towards her, like, all aggressively and like crazy. And then all of a sudden the door opens and the guy's there, who looks pretty much like Alistair Douglas, and is like looking like what? She just played like a dumb lady, and was just like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, and got out of the bathroom. And so she goes and tells her husband. She's like, oh, this is crazy. 5 or 6 years later, she's watching Most Wanted, America's Most Wanted. She sees this. She sees the picture of the girl.
She probably leaps off the fucking couch and pisses herself.
It's like, oh my God, that's the girl I saw in the bathroom in Barbados. It's the same girl, the same tattoo, the whole nine. So that's another sighting in Barbados years later.
So it sounds like they're just trafficking this fucking poor girl around the Caribbean islands, which tells me that, like, how have they not went and got her?
Okay, so now we have another.
This can't be that.
So
if her face is on a fucking website, you're telling me they can't set up some kind of sting here?
Right. So now
send an undercover guy in there or something like that?
You would think, right? So I'm guessing once that stuff all... I know. Why didn't they just do that between?
Why didn't they just do that to begin with? If it's one Curacao, one Barbados.
Maybe she's not still living. Who knows?
Oh,
at that time.
shit.
But there is credence that I keep saying credence. How many times have I said credence to this thing?
Credence.
Credence
so Clearwater Revival.
There's this dude in Sydney, Australia. So he's in Australia, and he sets up this website called Amy Bradley's Missing. It's like one of the first times, maybe not the first time, but he just wanted to collect all the information because he was like interested in finding her. Like he's like, collect all the information on the internet. Put
Assumingly,
it on one
it's like it's also like user submission friendly as well. Like if you happen to be out in Antigua and see this girl and snap the fucking picture of her.
So it had all the stuff, all the cases of, like, you know, the sightings, what happened, like the like
dates, presumably.
Exactly.
Right?
Like, just like you'd look at anything. Now every missing person now has one of these websites, pretty much. Would you agree?
Oh yeah.
Like this one's
probably
missing,
a bajillion of them.
So he's collecting info for the clues, right? And his site can track IP, so it can track IP addresses, which is big. He can see it on his end, but no one else can see it, right?
Is that legal?
Yeah, it's like they're going on your website.
Yes,
of course
we
it's
can
legal.
track. We can
it
track
is, right?
people's IPs.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if that was like some kind of. Okay, yeah, you're right.
So
I just didn't know how that.
it's crazy
You
because
can't track them, but you can see where people are coming from when they submit something.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
David Carmichael, we mentioned him before. He was that diver that saw him on the beach.
Yep.
Somehow he links up with the dude, and he's like, "Can I comb through the data?" So he must have some background in data entry,
mining,
entry,
entry, whatever the fuck.
So he starts combing through the data, starts seeing the IP addresses, what people are like, what they're looking at the most, how long they're staying on it, and starts corresponding it to certain dates. So there's a lot of hits from one certain area at certain times, and it's in Bridgetown, Barbados. The IP address links to Bridgetown, Barbados. The top 3 hits, can you guess when they were? Like the top 3 dates, when they are every single year.
I'm gonna go for the fucking home run and say those three sightings you just described.
Nope. So what happened was he put pictures up of the family was even putting up pictures of the family, her car, the mother on birthdays and stuff like that. So the top 3 hits were on Thanksgiving, they were on Christmas, and they were on the mother's birthday. They had the most hits, and they spent the most time, like 40, 50 minutes on each day on those 3 dates, had the most hits in Bridgetown, Barbados. Had the most hits on those dates, on those specific dates, where you would think that if someone was there, like that wanted to check in on her family, but couldn't send an email or couldn't do something like that, somehow has access to internet, they would be looking, when are you the most loneliest? When you would think about your family? Holidays?
Oh, yeah.
Birthdays?
So he thinks it's her.
He thinks it's her. They all think it's her.
Wow.
That it has the biggest amount of hits, and it's like it does make sense that why would that one IP address be looking on those 3 dates for the most amount of time, most amount of hits, and the longest amount of time staying on a page? So it'd be like on the family photo, spending 40 minutes on a family photo just looking at it on
Dude,
Thanksgiving.
that's like the fucking saddest thing.
So there's theories, right? So why hasn't she reached out? Why hasn't she sent an email? She's probably scared for her life, or she mentions in that Barbados, she says, can we go see the children? Does she have a kid? Does she have a kid? Did something happen where she
I was
birthed a
gonna
kid?
say, I was gonna like get back to that. I'm like, what kid is she talking about? Like, who's?
No, yeah. So the hits, what really tied everything together to me is the IP, the IP
Yeah,
addresses.
that's clearly the biggest break in this
is that
to this point.
it's crazy. Unless there's just some random person looking on those dates, it doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make any
For
sense.
that
This
long.
girl was deaf. Can I ask a question?
Looking at the doll, like the family pets and stuff like that.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Yes.
What is the fuck? What was the last date tracked from that IP address?
Oh, I think it's like 2022, 2023.
So okay, so that's what I was gonna say. It's
recent. Yeah, it's in the 2020s for sure.
Was there a timeline of? Was it like a yearly thing?
It's on all the major dates. Yeah.
So it was every year he was getting
The
hits
hits.
on those.
Yes.
Oh, bro. Yeah, I mean,
It had to me. It has to be that she got off that boat. We know she got off the boat because
100%
the
got off the
taxi
boat.
driver says she got off the boat.
also she was seen off the boat.
Also, she was seen off the boat. Seen multiple times off the boat with that dude, Alistair. So Alistair's mentioned several times that this is the dude that they saw him with, right?
Can I ask a question? Is this Alistair guy? Is he like a local?
He
Is
lives
this
in
guy
he
like
lives
a
in
Dutch
Curacao.
guy, like a black guy from Curacao or something?
They've
like that?
interviewed the daughter. The daughter is suspicious of it as well. Has actually asked him about
Oh,
it.
he has
keeps-
a daughter?
He has a daughter.
Oh shit.
So the daughter was probably born
Who was the mother?
just a random
Oh, okay.
girl.
I didn't know if this was like a
I
fucking.
don't. They're not together, but
Okay.
she was born. She was so with the timeline. I think that she was in her mother's stomach when this happened, and then she was born after. So she wasn't born when it was
Okay.
happening, but she was born after, and she's.
I don't know if the mother.
She's
was
extremely suspicious about it. Has asked him about it. Said that the mother told her that she found a huge suitcase with all white women pictures inside the suitcase. She can't say that any of them were Amy Bradley or anything like that, but she found a huge suitcase with all white women and actually confronted them about, like, what are all these white women pictures doing in here in this
Okay.
massive suitcase that she's never saw before. So
Okay.
I don't know if they could.
I didn't know
they-
if the mother was like a fucking working girl or something like
Could
that,
be.
and this is
Who
kind of like
knows?
how
No,
they met or whatever
it
the
did-
fucking.
No, I didn't read anything like that in terms of that, but
What's the last dated site of her? Do we have a date on that? Producer Pat, do we have anything on that? Jack?
last dated site. Yeah, let's look it up.
Like, what do we got on that?
I think it's the girl.
Or
in
do
the
we
bathroom.
have like an actual timeline of every sighting of her? Again, I had the outline. Just my
I know.
outline.
It's like, but say again, we have to get into the point of like what's actually accurate, what's not accurate.
Right. There's got to be like pictures to line up with dates and shit. Jack is feverishly.
Yeah.
Clicking
So they.
The jazz photo 2005 was
Yeah,
the
jazz
last
photos
major unconfirmed
That's the
lead.
last major thing.
Last
Everything else has
unconfirmed
been-
lead.
Yeah, even the girl in the bathroom.
That was
like,
2005 as well, the bathroom.
Was it? The bathroom was 2005.
Yep.
Okay, so it's 2005's the last time she's seen. On the prostitution website's the Jazz one. But you get those hits.
Nobody took like the link of the website.
What do you mean?
The feds don't have like the fucking website that she's on.
That's my point. So my point would be like, okay, we got this IP address. How accurate is an IP address? It could get to exact pinpoint, right?
It means you're using the same computer with the same
Right.
Approximate.
modem. Yeah.
It's approximate. Okay. So
Oh, it's approximate?
Fairly accurate.
Is it different in foreign, like third world countries than it would be in the United States where like the internet's perfect? That's the other thing is like, what's your lower back getting stiff over there?
Yeah, it is.
Could tell.
That's a good question. I'm seeing that certain countries have different laws regarding what you can find.
What you can access on the back end of the internet and shit?
Yeah. But I've actually kind of like, side note, I've looked one up because I had somebody that was like harassing someone I knew with a website, and you could get pretty close. Yeah. And in that case, there weren't a lot of houses. So
Okay,
you
yeah.
really
So the
knew where it was
FBI
going.
confirmed it cannot trace the IP address further because foreign internet provider service is outside their jurisdiction.
There you go.
So they're only allowed to do it within the state lines, I would assume.
Sure. Is the website still getting hits?
So yes, it's still getting hits. So I mean, I went on it this morning.
No. I mean from that.
They said it's been happening since 2018.
Regularly.
When he made that site. He made the site in like.
Oh, he made it in 2018.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if he made it in like what year.
Yeah,
It is.
I'm pretty sure
so
he made it in 2018.
So the IP address is still popping on those dates to this day.
Yes, I mean,
Or
I
2024,
yeah.
whatever. Yeah. Okay.
in the 2020s for sure.
The last confirmed mention of that suspicious IP address, early to mid 2000s, but the last date of the activity has never been made public.
Yeah, so I've seen screenshots of the actual shit, and it looked like 2023 that I could see was the last. What I saw, 2021, 2022, 2023, which I thought was crazy. But since 2018, this website got launched in 2018, to at least 2022, 2023, they've had sightings, pings from that Barbados location.
Okay, so the IP is still pinging as of 2018, but the website.
No, wrong. Website's 2018. It was created.
It was created.
So it's been pinging from 2018 to like 2022, 2023 at least.
I'm talking about the hooker website.
Oh yeah, that one's probably 2005.
That's
2000.
the last.
Yes. That's probably the website that he's pulling up right now. You're right.
That's what I'm saying.
mid-2000s.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Mid-2000s.
Okay, so that's
I
mid
apologize,
2000s.
yeah.
All right, I just got the I got the timelines confused there for a second. That's fine. No.
I think there's no doubt she got off that boat, and I think there's no doubt that
She definitely got off the fucking boat.
I think she might not still be alive, but at that time, those dates are significant dates to her. You know, they don't even celebrate Thanksgiving in other countries.
In the Caribbean. Yeah, why
in
would
other
they?
countries they don't.
Yeah, why would they?
Why would they? Exactly.
Like, I don't know.
So why would that date pop?
Pat, Jack, do you guys have
Has to be an American.
Yeah, do Pat and Jack have anything here?
Yeah, she definitely got off the boat. I mean, the door was open. They saw her in the glass elevator, the taxi driver, the scuba diver, the bathroom, everything to me.
The fucking Navy guy.
Yeah, she got off the boat. And
She's off the boat.
Yeah.
Right. She's off the boat. She got off the boat 100%.
It wasn't the balcony either. I mean, the door was open. They saw her.
No, she walked off that, but was ushered off the boat or whatever the fuck whatever you want to call it. But like, Pat, is there any other like information you have that like you think is worth bringing up here, or anything else to like?
I think the tough part is a lot of this is unconfirmed.
Yeah.
Really?
And we get a ton of unconfirmed info in all these cases, but once you're out of the country,
when it comes, I was just gonna say,
Exactly.
dude, when it comes
That's
from
the
another
problem.
country, bro,
It's a
all
whole
bets
nother
are off,
thing.
and it gets real fucking cloudy, real convoluted, and really tough to track shit.
Jurisdictions,
All this other shit. It sucks because it's like it's almost like if you're the family, you have to be like, she's there.
Yes.
Like, this is where she is. I would almost, if you're the family, would you go back?
I don't know how you don't.
How do you not like go back?
I think they've been back to the islands a lot.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I think they definitely have.
How do you not? You have to know she's there.
Yes.
I would be like, I'm moving on to this island.
So now you're in Barbados. This is where the pings are. I think honestly, I think that's where you have to send private investigators. How would you do it?
I would move to the island.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. I would move to the fucking island.
So I guess the only thing that Jake can do is that hopefully, like, you know, the Netflix documentary does touch on some of this stuff. Go watch that too after you watch this, and I think that hopefully that opens up enough eyes where they're like, okay, some hacker somewhere that's watching this thing, I guarantee they can find that IP address.
100%.
There's
There's
someone
guys
that's
out there. Yes, bro.
1,000%.
I will tell you this right now, right? Friend of the family's, a parent that like my stepmother knows.
Yeah.
Through like teaching.
Yep.
They had an older child who was being harassed.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Older child who was being harassed. digitally,
Yep.
through Snapchat messages and things of that nature,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck it is, right? Can't track the number, yada, yada. The dad found some kid
Yep.
somehow, hacker kid, this Asian kid, right? Kind of a cagey, sketchy dude. The father met with him in like a Dunkin' Donuts and was like, this is what's going on. This is what I got. What can you do?
Yeah.
The kid found who it was in like 3 days.
I honestly feel.
And then how's this? Kid vanished. They turned everything over to the cops. The kid was gone. Couldn't track him anywhere. This hacker kid, gone. Got his money. The guy paid him what he asked for. Dude, like 2-3 days he found it. You know who it was? Sending all kinds of great, crazy graphic shit. The fucking landscaper next door.
No way.
Swear to fucking God, have my father tell you the story, my right hand to Christ.
Wow.
It was one of the landscaping employees next door that was clearly like fixated on this girl.
Yes. Yeah. And then
Who
was
the
just
fuck
bullying.
knows? The father literally showed up at the guy's fucking house and showed the wife.
Wow.
That's how they caught the fuck. Imagine that.
So what happened to the hacker?
Gone. Vanished.
You never find him again.
Never found the kid. There's no trace of him. His phone was disconnected. Everything. This dude disappeared. But he found the dude.
Stuff is accurate. If we can believe that
Yep.
this is actually her, this is the first case I would say I have hope that's going to get solved
I would say.
in a quicker time frame because I think more eyes will be on it.
Yep. Right.
And I just think someone somewhere can at least pinpoint that IP address and just see. I mean, again, it could be someone that's just obsessed with the case.
Yeah.
But it
and
is
like
weird
these
it's on the
and
certain
these
version.
hacker guys are like, they're vigilant.
Yeah. So this is the first time I have a little bit of hope that maybe we'll actually get some answers, like exactly what happened.
One last thing, and I think we can also just trace it back to Alistair Douglas. I mean, the sightings of him from the scuba diver said, "I'm haunted."
Where is he?
He said, "I am haunted by that encounter with Amy. I know it was her." He contacted Amy's family, and investigators were unable to corroborate.
Wait, who is this? The Alistair cat?
Alistair, yeah.
This is Carmichael, the scuba diver I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I'm saying, where's the dude Alistair fucking... Where's this guy?
Alistair Douglas. Yeah, I think he's still around. He's still around in Curacao, they say.
That's why, like, bro, you really, like... These third
He's
world...
definitely involved. So my opinion
these
is
third
he's
world...
involved.
These third world... Yeah, my opinion, my theory would be that he's involved
He
somehow.
was located in Grenada in 2024 by a crime journalist, James Renner, where he now lives and works as a reverend, running a small church of about
Works as a
40 to 50
reverend?
congregants in a
Oh
hillside
my
location.
God, they
Here
always
we
do
fucking
this.
go, man.
This
Are
was,
you shitting me?
he described it as a new chapter. He refers to himself as an exorcist. All right.
This guy's a fuck... What?
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, James Renner's like he's big on this. He's one of the people that's James Renner's actually huge in the Mara Murray case.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, he wrote a book on Mara Murray.
Feel
so
free to
he's
come on
big
the
into
pod
true crime.
anytime, brother.
Yeah, I doubt he's stooping this low.
Yeah.
But
Don't drag us down.
yeah, don't drag us down.
Yeah. No, but... So, he's in Grenada?
Yeah, he's in Grenada. That's what it is.
Do you know what I think of when I think of Grenada?
I think of Mr. D. Not
Mr. D.
Deeds,
No,
yeah.
anger management.
Anger management, yeah.
When he was like, when John Turturro was like, I was in Grenada, and
Yeah.
like Adam Sandler's like, wasn't that like 13 hours?
Yes,
long?
13
That's
hours.
that the
He's
only.
jumping from the
That's
tree.
the first
Grenada!
time. Grenada, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever heard of Grenada.
Yeah, you're right.
I know a lot of United States medical students.
Yes,
Will
I've heard
do
this
like
too.
Medical boards there, like a junior
Like a Red
residency or some
Cross or
shit.
something over there?
Kinda. There's like a junior residency program for like nursing students or medical students or some shit. Somebody in the comments will know this. But so this dude's literally just a reverend in Grenada.
Yes.
He's got
So
a
he's
church of-
completely changed his life.
He's got a church of 40 to 50 members.
They got nothing else in Grenada? Just this fucking guy? What's the population of Grenada right now? I need to know.
It's got to be low.
I
It's
need
got
to
to
know.
be low. Grenada's
Is it even
small.
like 33,000 people? It's the size of this fucking studio.
117,000.
Wow.
There's 117,000 people in Grenada?
That's as small
Are
as
you
Lynn.
shitting me?
Lynn's bigger than that.
Literally. Worcester's
probably-
bigger than Grenada? Where is Grenada?
It's got to be the Caribbean, right?
No, yeah, but like where exactly is the Caribbean? What was that thumbs up?
Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got a Caribbean
It's
thumbs
gotta
up
be the
from you.
Caribbean.
Thank you, Jack, for confirming that.
If you hear him, he sounds like a straight up dude from the Caribbean. That's if you hear him talk.
I mean,
So, yeah, he's
I
straight
would
from the
assume
Caribbean.
so.
Yeah, it had to be him. He knows more than he's letting off to. Maybe he's trying to change his life now.
Little late.
I don't think I don't, just because you change your life, that don't mean jack shit for the stuff you did in the past. It don't mean nothing.
Yeah, if you were
like, if
a
you did
sex trafficker
yes.
in the first half of your life,
Yeah.
or a decent part of
You
the
weren't
first half of your
jaywalking.
life,
You weren't jaywalking.
and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I'm fucking. Go ahead, Pat.
Just to play devil's advocate, because I was looking at this before, and I honestly didn't know all the details about him like this, but I was picturing, imagine you're the bass player in the band, and you're just flirting with this girl, and then she goes missing,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God.
Fuck.
And now the whole world hates me, and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, well.
You're public enemy number one.
And then you move to Grenada, whatever it is, and start a church, because
I would agree.
Another devil's advocate. I'm gonna devil this advocate, okay? When it comes to all the sex trafficking shit and how layered this is, who gets like caught up recruiting against their will? Like, who gets like, do they go to people and be like, you're working for us now, you're gonna get us people, or we'll fucking kill you? I'm saying, does that happen? Where they force people into recruiting
You think
almost like a multi-level marketing scheme, like against your will.
No, I think that they're getting handsomely paid.
Or they're
for
getting.
it.
I'm just again. I was playing
It's
devil's.
like-
Devil's.
it's like,
Devil's
I don't think there's any
advocate here.
drug dealers that are forced to sell drugs.
No, I get that.
You
Yeah,
know
but
what
it's
I'm
two
saying?
different games, though.
I know, I get it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, both of them you're kicking back to somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody up top is
Oh,
getting a
I'm
piece
sure
of something,
Alistair.
and it
I'm
trickles
sure
down,
Alistair
and-
Douglas. This wasn't just him doing
No, sure.
This is a
absolutely.
network. It has to be.
Absolutely. I just don't know how if there's a way that sometimes people get dragged into it against their will from like a recruitment standpoint, not just a worker standpoint. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe.
I'm just
Yeah.
again devil's advocate. I'm probably wrong, but
Yeah.
just throwing the thought out there just for a theory. Are we doing closing theories right now? Do we have anything else to add?
I think she's alive. I mean, I think she's alive.
I think she's alive too.
I think she's in Barbados. I think that it's just. You know,
It all depends on the IP address.
Unless, honestly, what if it's her daughter?
Or that.
What if it's her kid that's out there doing the website stuff? Maybe she's long gone. I don't know. But someone connected to that family, or at
Right.
least to the case, is looking it up on weird dates in that area.
Right.
So I think with all the hacking and with a little more eyes on this, I think we'll get an answer in the next few years.
A break, at least.
Yeah.
Another break. Maybe not the full answer, but like
Yes.
some kind of
Yeah.
step forward. You know what I mean? I'm going to say that she's still alive. And I think she was just trafficked around the Caribbean in some quite literal ring.
Yeah.
Like literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go
Geographically.
island to island.
Yeah, like
It's not hard.
geographically
Yeah.
moving around and.
They have the ports, if they're part of the gang mafia, like where they said those certain ports that taxi drivers
Right.
said. They had little shacks on there with beds inside of it.
Yeah.
So they could just be putting them there, going to an island, seeing the guys over there, going to that island, seeing them over there, and that's probably why it's hard to pinpoint them at the time.
And they definitely.
now she might be settled where she is now.
And they definitely have. Did Royal Caribbean cease stops in Curacao after this? I would have.
No chance.
Really?
Curacao. No, that's like one of the biggest destinations. All those islands, St. Thomas, Curacao. You think they stopped going there?
Oh, I don't know. I have
No.
no idea. What was
That
the
might be the craziest thing you've
hold
ever
on?
said.
What was the aftermath, Jack, from Royal Caribbean standpoint, if any at all?
I don't have that.
Okay, that's fine. What were you gonna say, anyways?
I was just gonna say Grenada is right in the middle of Caracas in Barbados.
Caracas?
Yeah,
The fuck is that? Yeah, well, clearly it's an island. But okay.
where the cruise ship landed. It's right in the middle of that in Barbados.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Well, dude didn't go far.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think this poor thing was fucking trafficked around a literal ring, both geographically and metaphorically. And she had access to some kind of internet. That IP address has to be her. Who else would it be?
Yeah, I know. That's
Who else is that interested in those specific things about her family?
Well, I think the people that did it. I think that's an important, like they say, like the person that did the crime often keeps really close tabs because they're just psychotic. And this one got so much traction that the people that are involved in it want to know.
But what would they
everyone
benefit
else-
out of? What would
Well,
they
maybe
benefit
to
out
see
of?
if they were
know.
close, but I would just say, like, why would you stay on a picture of the family
That's what I mean.
for
Like, what does
43
that do?
minutes
Like, what does that do for you?
for 43 minutes on Thanksgiving? Like, what do they know about Thanksgiving?
That's what I mean. Yeah, like that's another. Yeah, I would say, Pat. Like, what do they know about that or the mother's birthday? How would they know that?
Well, I could see the mother's birthday. I could see the mother's birthday as like some sick thing about the family. Like, okay, you know
Okay, but not the father's birthday and the brother's birthday.
Thanksgiving makes no sense to me.
Thanksgiving is the thing
That's
that makes
the
no
one that
sense.
makes no sense
That's
to
an
me.
American holiday.
It's an American holiday. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my opinion. That's my
It'd
closing
be like
theory.
Martin Luther King Day. It was, you know what I mean?
Right? Yeah, or
just a strictly-
fucking Labor Day. I mean,
July 4th.
Patriots Day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I have a closing question for you guys. Do you think this trending in 2025, even if she was alive, looking at that, looking at those websites in 2023, say, do you think it trending right now puts her life in more danger?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, well,
You gotta
at the
think-
very least, they're picking up shopping.
Well, you got to think her captors are probably like. It depends on where she is. It depends on like, is she still being trafficked? Is she still like, how is this like?
Yeah. I don't know.
It
That's technically a form of reaching out. Even though
yeah,
you're not reaching out, you're like checking in.
right.
So,
It's like I mean,
Yeah,
it's like
I would
literally
say
the
yes. I
saddest
think
thing
that's
in
a
the
great
world to think
question,
about.
Jack. I think
Like
it's a great question.
it is. It's
you're right, because now it's like everyone knows about it, so why would you either pick up shop or move or do something like that?
or I hate to say it, but like cut your end
Yeah.
and just be like, well, now there's nothing to look for.
Yeah.
All these years later, and it's but you got to think they kept this up through that whole hysteria anyways.
True.
They had to know these pictures were online.
2007.
They had to
Yeah.
know, and she was still in an age where like
America's Most Wanted. She's on every website.
they had to know. It had to get back to them somehow, dude.
Yeah.
So it's like, what sense would it make for them? Again, we're not psychopaths,
Well, we got
so we
hope.
can't really.
We have
Yeah,
hope, that's what it
there
is.
is some hope. Pat, do you have a closing thought?
No, that was just it. Is I think it's you cannot get in the mind of these people, but I think that if there was something malicious going on, keeping tabs on it would make sense. One point that I wanted to make too is I mentioned the band member where I was like, imagine if you were him and you didn't do anything. I feel like that could also go for any case ever. Like we've talked about four.
Just
of them,
somebody in the
four of them
wrong
now,
place at the wrong time.
That your name is involved in all these cases and you didn't do anything.
Think about making a murderer.
Nightmare scenario. Yeah, well there you go.
Just think about how many people we mention. So there's like, if we mention 5 people, there's probably, if one of them did it, the other 4 are getting mentioned still. You know what I mean? So it's in every case, there's going to be people that are like, you know, collateral damage in a way. So you got to feel a little bad for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, that concludes episode 4 of The Search, brought to you by Toro Media. Totally forgot to shout that out. Shout out to them. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.